On a cold February day in 1809, in the English town of Shrewsbury, a child was born, Charles Robert Darwin. His family was wealthy. His father, Robert Darwin, was a respected physician of the time, and his mother, Susanna, was the daughter of the famous potter, Josiah Wedgwood. Thus, Charles grew up in an environment that was both financially secure and intellectually stimulating. Yet in his heart, he longed for something far different from the ordinary life of an aristocrat, an endless curiosity about nature. Darwin's childhood unfolded in the family garden. He collected insects, observed bird nests, and tried to classify stones. Having lost his mother at a young age, nature became both a companion and a source of comfort for him. But school was another matter. Latin, mathematics, and classical studies bored him. His teachers believed he would never succeed, and his father often said in frustration, "You will disgrace our family, Charles. You will never amount to anything." But those who thought Darwin would be nothing were mistaken. His father wanted him to become a doctor, so young Charles began studying medicine at the University of Edinburgh. But there was a problem. Charles could not stand the sight of blood. During surgeries, he nearly fainted, and in autopsies, he averted his eyes. Within 2 years, he abandoned medical school. His family, determined that he should pursue something, sent him to Cambridge University to study theology. But once again, his true passion was elsewhere. He observed birds, attended botany lectures, and built insect collections. At Cambridge, he met the botanist John Henslow, who would play a crucial role in his life. In 1831, Henslow presented Darwin with an extraordinary opportunity. "Charles, there is a ship about to set sail to map the coasts of South America, the HMS Beagle. Would you like to join as a naturalist?" Darwin hesitated at first. His father objected, but his uncle Wedgwood supported him. At last, at the age of 22, Darwin boarded the Beagle. The voyage would last 5 years and would change the course of human history. The Beagle first explored the coasts of South America. Everywhere he went, Darwin collected fossils, plants, and animals. But his greatest inspiration came from the Galapagos Islands in the Pacific Ocean. There, he noticed the finches living on different islands. They looked similar, yet their beaks varied. Some were thick enough to crack seeds, some were slender enough to catch insects, and others were adapted to feeding on cactus nectar. Darwin asked himself, if God created them all the same, why are they so different? Could it be that living things change over time? That question planted the very first seed of the theory of evolution. After returning to England, Darwin spent years organizing his notes, rather than publishing his theory outright. He carefully compiled observations, for what he suggested went completely against the beliefs of the time. It was then widely accepted that all species were fixed and unchanging. Darwin, however, proposed something radical. In nature, resources are limited. Those with advantageous traits survive, and these traits are passed on to the next generation. In 1859, with great courage, he finally published his book on the origin of species. Its release shook the scientific world. Some hailed Darwin as a genius, while others accused him of heresy. Churches denounced him, newspapers mocked him. But science pressed forward, and Darwin's theory gradually became the foundation of modern biology. Darwin spent much of his later life at Down House. He married Emma, had 10 children, though tragically, some died young. Despite his revolutionary ideas, Darwin himself was modest and disliked conflict. He continued his quiet experiments at home, studying plants in his garden, breeding pigeons, investigating the role of earthworms in soil formation. His most striking quality was his patience. For 20 years he refrained from publishing his theory until another naturalist, Alfred Russel Wallace, independently proposed a similar idea. Only then did Darwin break his silence. Darwin died in 1882 at the age of 73. In recognition of his legacy, He was buried not as a mere naturalist, but as a national hero in Westminster Abbey, beside Isaac Newton. Today, Darwin's name marks a turning point not only in biology, but in all of science. Without his theory, genetics, ecology, medicine, and even psychology could not be what they are today. Darwin, who began life as a quiet observer of nature, ended it as the man who gifted humanity one of the most revolutionary ideas in history.